Win for School Live. All right, we are live, and it is Wednesday. How do I know it's Wednesday? Because we are on Facebook Live, and we've got a very special guest today because it is Mukaida month. Mukaida is our limited wine club only wine, and so we have got with Ben and I, Randy Peters.
Randy. Cheers to Randy.
Okay, so they don't follow direction at all, by the way, because California is open. We have no more mask mandates. If you're vaccinated, you can be closer than 6 feet, 3 feet, whatever the rule is in your state. But as you can see, Randy and Ben decided to get together, and who did they not call and tell?
Good 10. Yeah. It's 5.
Although what's hilarious is clearly I did get invited because they're talking in the background. It was supposed to be our secret.
I didn't know.
This. Oh, you guys are hilarious. Anyways, welcome. Cheers. I'm going to do a real cheers with you guys. 2019 Mukaida Vineyard Pinot Noir is what we are drinking today, and it's absolutely delicious. And a little fun, these are the new Riedel wine wing glasses that I got last night, and so I only got 2, so Randy's out of luck. He's got the other Riedel Performance glassware, but 2019 Mukaida Pinot Noir. What is up with the Mukaida? Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, we want to talk about why.
So why do we have champagne here?
I don't know. Why do we?
Well, because today is your birthday.
It is my
and we are
birthday.
celebrating Kristen's birthday.
It is. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, 39.
So we're drinking Papa Pietro Perry
39.
sparkling wine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Papa Pietro Perry, and unfortunately there's no more of this left either, except for here. Oh, and there's no more Mukaida left either. But, sorry everybody, but hopefully you have some yourself. Enjoy. Oh, and we do have a Riedel seminar coming up in September. I think we just posted on that, which is awesome. So if you like the Riedel glassware, join us for that. But tell us a little bit about Mukaida. Ben and I talked about this last week, but now you can call us out if we lied about anything. Who is Mukaida?
Mukaida, we named it after my father-in-law, Tom Mukaida. He was of Japanese descent. And I married his daughter, Robin, who was going to be on tonight, but then she had a prior engagement. So then we're going back and forth, and we've been farming apples over there in Sebastopol for, I started leasing the ranch in 1976. So in 1982, we were going to take out some of the old apples. And I said I was raised up here in Dry Creek, which is about 38 miles north of this ranch, on a grape vineyard, wine grape vineyard. And so I said, I would like to plant some wine grapes on the old apple orchard that we take out, about 4 acres. And he said, yeah, no problem. You can. You're leasing that side. I'm an apple farmer, and I'll stay an apple farmer because at that time he was already 60 years old. And so I planted some Chardonnay there the first time in 1982, and I started planting Pinot Noir on my side, as we saw what the Chardonnay did. I started planting Pinot Noir in 1986, and we finished planting the whole ranch to apples, his side and my side, by 1996, as we got the funds to do it each year. And that is pretty much our story, is starting out further south.
Before,
when we first started, we sold to E&J Gallo. They were the only ones to offer me a contract that far south in our Sonoma County because it was too cold down there for wine grapes. But they did that.
When did you two meet? Because I have pictures of you from when you were younger. Did you know that?
When I was younger, I'm still young. What are you talking about when I was younger?
Whatever you want to go. Check this out.
Previous.
Look at this. Look how young you look.
He actually had hair when I first met
Is that
him.
a wig? Did
No,
I have a wig on?
You tell
I
me.
don't know.
I think it looks pretty good.
That was
A few years ago? Was that the 80s?
no, that wasn't probably in the late 70s, because I started losing my hair at about 31, 32 years old. So I didn't have it very long. And so I haven't really gotten used to it. I have not had hair more than I've had hair. So
That was a harvest party that we all wore that wig.
Oh, okay. I figured that.
Ben did not send me the pictures of him in the wig.
Or Eric.
Or Eric in the wig. Yeah, exactly. No, that was funny. All right, so Mukaida we made this in 2004, was our very first vintage.
Yes.
Everybody who was listening last week saw it, but why? What is different? So Mukaida is the best barrels of our Peters Vineyard. What does that mean? Does that mean we make the Peters Vineyard and we go through and go, we like this one better than that one? That's not what that means. So Ben, What does that mean when we say the best barrels?
Well, it was since we processed it differently that one time in 2004. We hand sorted through it. Now we do that all the time. So it's made the same way as we made the 2004. So now what we do is it's a selective. We have an idea of the best way to show that particular vineyard. So we use the and it's different every year, different clones that makes it different. We try to select the best of the best out of that. And it's totally subjective, but usually we're pretty right on, and make the Mukaida first before we put the rest of the Peters Vineyard together.
It's the first blend we do. So everything comes in by clone and by vineyard. And then the very first wine you put together every year is the Mukaida. So it's the single clones out of Peters that are all blending well together, and then you make the blend.
And it's different. It's definitely different than the Peters Vineyard. And we also use the Peters Vineyard in our 777 blend and our Pommard blend. But we selectively pick what we consider the premier best of the best to do the Mukaida. And that we can make the whole thing Mukaida because it's always the best of the best. But
it is the best of the best. Well, normally it's a blend of the 777 and the Pommard, although you threw us for a loop one year, and I think it had the 115 in there. So completely depends on what you want to do. We do probably about 230 cases. It is a wine club allocation. Ron was saying his arrives tomorrow. Actually, Ron, I lied. Yours ships tomorrow via temperature report, so you won't have it for a week and a half. I am so sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Everything's shipping in the summer with ice packs and temperature-controlled trucks, so it's going to take a little bit longer. But you know what, Ron? This is one of your bottles, and we're enjoying it.
We're enjoying it. And we should say,
thanks, Ron.
We're using two different glasses here. These are the very newest ones that Kristen and I have, the newest Riedels. And this was the last Riedel seminar we did, this particular one. And the difference I noticed right away, and I think we all did afterwards, is that my glass, raspberry, more prevalent, came out of the glass. And in his, the traditional cherry
dark cherry for me. Yes.
Dark cherry. So it was pretty interesting. The flavors are pretty much the same, but the aromatics are a little bit different in these two glasses, which is really interesting. When we do the Riedel seminar, you'll see the real how much of a difference it makes.
Is it black raspberry?
What's that?
Black raspberry?
Black raspberry. There is one.
There's such a thing as black raspberry. It's been a bone of contention for Ben for a while. One of the things I find fun with the Mukaida is normally if you have like a 19 Peters and a 19 Mukaida and you're going to side by side them, I think the Mukaida needs a little more time to delve in, and the Peters is always showcasing amazing from the get-go. But this vintage, when I've opened it, I'm blown away. It is like blackberry juice, like black raspberry juice. It's delicious. I'm loving this. What is this blend of? I know Peters, but is it 777 Pommard?
I think it's 777 Pommard. The exact number. If I tell you, then you have to. Then
you have to kill us.
No. It's a.
Don't tell us.
The secret ingredients.
Yeah, but it's the two in proportion. The two that we originally used in the original 2004 Mukaida, the 777 and Pommard. The original was 7 barrels of 777 and 2 barrels of Pommard.
Yeah.
We went back and looked at the original makeup of this, and the Wine Spectator gave it a world-class 95 points. We
it was going to be Mukaida Block.
Right.
Yeah, well, then we knew we'd have to make it every year. After that, we did. We have.
I'm glad you did. Okay, so how did you two meet?
Well, actually, I didn't meet Randy first. Bruce Perry, my business partner and dear partner.
Bruce introduced us.
How did he meet you?
Yeah. So I had a friend that was working at a winery, and Perry was looking for some Pinot Noir.
We were looking for some Pinot Noir.
Bruce Perry and Ben Papapierro was looking for some Pinot Noir. And so
I wasn't at that time.
Yeah. And so I had
You were still in
some
grammar school.
there wasn't a lot available at that time in the that was in 1999 or 98.
Well, we met in
99.
98
So
and didn't get fruit.
no,
until
99. That was in 1999. And so a mutual friend introduced us and said he was looking for something. I said, yeah, I could get a couple ton. I got a couple ton. And so we were talking about it. And
He was
goes-
reluctant, though.
I was reluctant until Bruce told me what the price was and that the price would be paid in cash with an envelope. And I said that would work well for me. I said we might have 3 ton if you're interested to do a little bit extra.
I like this cash and envelope.
That's right.
Payments.
Yeah, he kept it low below the truck so that nobody could see it.
That's
But
fair.
I don't think there was any cell phone at that time, so we were good. Nobody
Was
was
it-
nobody
was
was videoing us.
Was it in the cover of darkness at like the Safeway parking lot?
It was early in the morning, which was tough for Bruce probably to get up and go and be that way first thing in the morning. It was around 6 o'clock in the morning because we pick at night. We'll start picking it at about 10:30 or so at night and finish around 4 or 5 in the morning because we want to pick when it's cool. Because Ben and Bruce, they forced me to pick at night to make sure that it's cool. And when it coming into the winery, then the grapes are at the best quality they can possibly be, that they hadn't degraded at all.
So did he give you the envelope of cash and you gave him grapes at that moment?
He gave me the envelope of the cash, then I loaded the grapes on the truck.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it wasn't the other way around.
No,
Yeah.
well played. He's a
Yeah.
fast driver right here.
Although Randy met Bruce, actually when Randy started coming and visiting on his deliveries, he started, well, where's the winemaker here?
Yeah.
I want to talk to the winemaker. And so we started talking and started talking about what we can do and what the vineyard can do and our interest in the vineyard and his interest in growing premium grapes. And so we kind of formed an alliance to improve the not that it wasn't improved already, but there was things that you did for this that you wouldn't do for Gallo. So,
I also want to set
exactly.
the scene that Ben was camping with Dave and Tyson out in the middle.
Tyson hadn't come yet.
Oh, sorry.
No, they didn't cut. Yeah,
Yeah.
The first, not
Camping
the first
with
time.
Dave.
Yeah.
Out over off Windsor Oaks, whatever. So I'm not even going to give you the smells or the.
If you look out the
looks.
window, it's a mile that like half a mile that way.
Yeah.
So it's out there somewhere. And
Who knew
Randy,
he was living there?
so Randy
Yes.
came up one day as they're camping, right? Camping.
In the evening to pick up boxes.
9:30. At night,
Wow, you're
PM.
good with the times.
Yeah, it was late. It was late because I was done for the day.
Yeah.
9:30? Okay.
So we
you
invited
were
him
eating
to
dinner
eat
at
with us.
9:30?
Yeah,
Well,
'cause
we
I-
worked all day, and so by the time we had an opportunity to have a couple of scotches,
Mhm. That day we didn't happen to be picking at night, so I was going to go home to sleep. And he goes, "Oh no, stay for dinner." I go, "I don't need any hamburger or hot
no,
dog
what
dinner."
he actually said was,
Well, what did I say?
yeah, you said, what do you got, weenies and,
Yeah.
and beans and weenies?
Yeah.
And we said, no, not actually.
Oh, we're going to do a turkey dinner.
Well, right, and you had a full-fledged
Turkey,
Mashed potatoes,
In
gravy,
this camping
cranberry,
situation, they don't
yes.
fool around when it comes to food. At Papa
underneath
John's.
the tent lean-to.
Was it real cranberry sauce or was it the?
Oh yeah,
canned
no, it was
No, no,
gelled.
no.
It was.
Yeah,
I think it
I
was
like the
gelled.
it was gelled.
Oh, it was gelled? Oh, that's the good stuff. That's quality.
Yeah,
That's
so-
another quality. I like that.
Turkey dinner over a campfire.
How'd you make a turkey dinner? over
Easy.
the
We
campfire?
roasted a whole breast.
Mhm, yes.
Yeah,
Easy.
I made a 55-gallon drum at my shop at the newspaper. I made a barbecue pit that we used there, and then we hooked a hose up to a little sink. So we had cold water sink and then a 2-burner gas burner that we did the potatoes on, and that's also I heated water to do the dishes in.
We had green beans.
Green
See, I
beans.
even remember.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. You're
No, so it wasn't
That's
the
so scary.
weenies and beans that he was expecting. So he actually stayed, and then he stayed there. We kept
he
seeing
hasn't
him.
left.
Yeah,
since.
yeah. Then I tried
He's
to come by
been
every
here,
evening.
so it became awkward.
Yes.
So,
No.
Randy, are you a good cook?
No,
No.
not at all.
I like that.
Not at all. Not even close. I don't claim to be, and I'm not a good cook. Even though
He's a good grower, though.
exactly,
good
I
grower.
put my effort into growing the grapes and making sure that they're good. Yeah, even though I'm half Italian, I can't cook. which is
You
unusual.
look half Italian.
Yeah. Oh, could you tell?
I can totally tell.
From the years up.
Yeah. But
I
I'm
was
not.
going eyebrows.
I don't know. I'm not like Ben though. I'm Northern Italian, a real Italian. Ben is Calabrese, I think, a little bit Southern Italian. So it's really not the same.
You're crossing into.
I might get the kiss of death
Do
here.
I need
pretty
to
soon.
sit between you two?
I don't know.
It's gracious. Okay, so you can't cook. Ben is an amazing cook.
Ben is excellent.
Which is why we're both at Ben's house
Yes,
right now, by
yes.
the way. Not
He
at
is
mine and
excellent.
not at Randy's.
No.
Clearly. Okay, so what are some other questions?
Have you lost focus?
I totally have lost
Okay.
focus. Shocking.
And we don't blame you. It's her birthday for crying
I
out
know.
loud.
It is my
And,
birthday.
and I get a little fun that I get my employees working on their birthdays.
Yeah, I am working on my birthday. If you can guess my age out there, I'll give you nothing. By the way, Simone, you don't count. So talk to me about the Mukaida. So we got some black raspberry in here.
Oh, man,
what else is happening?
Well, this one always shows the cherry.
The dark fruit. I think dark fruit.
Yeah, dark fruits. Cherries. I always think of that Energizer bunny when I describe the cherries. It just keeps on running and running. The cherries just keep showing through. Baking spice from that property. I think it's the Gold Ridge soil gives us baking spice instead of herbiness or anything.
Sure.
We really get like baking spices in this. So there is some caramel from the toastiness of the oak, but I think it's well integrated. So it just highlights that the fruit more so than having overlay of a lot of oak. This has just enough spice to it. You get the caramelized vanilla and the fruit just forward. Balanced acidity, beautiful acidity in this wine.
I think the reason is, Ben, on the acidity is because we picked this. These are the last grapes that comes into the winery there at Papa Pietro Perri every year, and so they hang out there the longest. And I think by having that extra hang time on the vine, that they get a little bit extra flavors and stuff in there.
Yeah, it's a darker stone
Yeah.
fruit, definitely some fresh plum and hints of blackberry really come through with this wine. And it's consistent year in and year out. We have this same profile with these grapes. And that shows both in the Mukaida that we do and the Peters Vineyard, which is lovely. The property is amazing because it's cooler than most of the Russian River areas.
It's clear at the southwest corner.
It's in that Petaluma Gap area, so the wind comes up 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon consistently.
Yeah.
And then the fog, when we do have fog, we're getting less fog these days than we used to.
I think, though, last year there in 2019 and 20, we've kind of come back and got the fog again, and it helped out. We have, where we are short on water up here somewhat this year. Last year, I didn't put any water
It's
on.
an understatement.
Yeah, and then
It's almost like dry farm.
Yeah, we're dry farm essentially over there because of the fog. Get on the grape leaves, and then they'll drip just like the redwood tree. They'll drip down there underneath the drip, and then drink that water out of the soil.
All right, so Ben, what would you pair with this? If you're going to be in the kitchen, what would you pair cooking with this?
This wine will go with just about anything, but I had at our one of our favorite restaurants in the city, I had confit of duck and lentils with a lot of bacon in the lentils. Was fantastic. Beef would go with this, or salmon, which
Salmon.
the salmon
We
really.
did a salmon Wellington one time with the mushroom and the foie gras on top. All right, Randy, how about you? What would you pair?
What I would pair with this, it'd be my 2 o'clock in the afternoon cocktail wine going on and having something to drink.
2?
Yeah, 2 in the afternoon.
I like this.
Usually because today was a little bit warmer, so I had to come in earlier from the ranch because we started actually at 5:30 this morning, so then we could quit a little bit earlier. I'm not like the winemaker. Usually I'm out.
That was actually playing golf.
Oh, you're not like the winemaker. Here we go.
Oh, wait a minute. I might have played golf yesterday. I did get away for a moment, but out in the vineyard, we're starting early right now and getting things done. So we're usually done around 1:30, 2 o'clock because we have our 8 hours or 10 hours of work in already by then.
It's like
So
100
2 o'clock
degrees out here today.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, 2 o'clock is not that early because farmers, they go to bed at 6:30 at night.
Yeah, that's dinner time for him.
Yeah.
I would pair personally a plate and a fork, and I'd come to Ben's house.
That
That's my pairing with dinner.
would work good.
With this. Okay, Ron is asking, is there an ideal time frame to lay the Mukaida? I'm curious what you guys are going to say. I always try to save a couple of bottles to drink in 2 years if I can wait that long. And he served it with a grilled filet of beef 2 weeks ago. What vintage, Ron? That's awesome.
According to Randy, it's 2 p.m.
It's 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Simone, can you join at 2 o'clock? Absolutely, Simone. Let's do this. So personally, I've always said lay the Mukaida down for a couple of years. Our sweet spot is 3 to 7 years. We've changed it from vintage date because we all like the wine at different
Well,
times.
we always make more wine, and every year
But not
we
the
have to make sure
Mukaida.
we keep our
Right, yeah.
growers
We're talking
in
about
business,
Mukaida.
right?
Yes.
We don't make more Mukaida. Don't listen to him at this point in time. But I think it would be fun listening to both of you guys, and I'm going to shoot myself in the foot for saying this, but what if we did for example, 2012 Peters, 2012 Mukaida, and an 18 Peters, 18 Mukaida, or 19 Peters, 19 Mukaida tasting.
We'd
So
love
you
to
do
do
the
it, but
Peters with the
you
Mukaida.
keep selling out all the Mukaida. We don't have
still
any.
Ben and Renee's wine,
Sure.
and I think that could be fascinating because I love tasting the current Peters with the current Mukaida, side by siding them, young and older vintages where they delved into the flavors. I think that could be
No, that'd be very
fun.
interesting. And but Kristen does know what my palate is, so that
He likes them young.
because I'm being a farmer, I like to taste the fruit in the wine. It'll melt, it'll turn into an excellent wine as it gets to be 10, 12 years old, but that is not for my palate. I like the one up to, like you say, 5 to 7. 5 to 7
Which is great
probably.
because then Randy gets his own bottle and I get my own bottle.
Or-
we're not going to agree.
It depends. You buy extra and drink some and then hold some both. So we have both.
Ron, 75 years old, you can't open a bottle in 5 years. Dude, I'm telling you, this 19 is stupendous.
Well, that's what that's
It's amazing.
well, that joke about you lay down the wine for a while. Well, as you get older, you drink the wine and then you go lay down.
Exactly.
So you're laying down around 3?
Yeah.
So
Exactly. A 2, I'll have my wine. 3, I'm laying down.
2 and 3 are laying down. That's fine. 3, I'm just getting started.
Well, so you realize though that part of this relationship is just having a good time. We have a great grower that grows great fruit for us, but we also have a great time drinking the wine and have a lot of fun together. This has been
Not only here in California, but cruising. So the winery loves to do these cruises, and we've gone on some cruises, and Randy and Robin have joined us on the cruises. How many cruises have you gone on?
We went on one.
Oh, you only went on one?
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm
I
still,
did.
How many have you
and
gone
I'm still
on?
here
Yeah.
to talk about.
Yeah.
I've been on 3. If you count Mississippi, I've been on 3. So we all did go to Australia and New Zealand together, right?
Yes.
And my threat, I work in a very toxic work environment. The threat was
That I didn't know if she was going to make it back because, on the cruise, you got to be careful. And we were going down in the Tasman Sea, which can be rough. And you could accidentally go over the side.
some did better
With a big
than others
push.
there.
Yeah. Chris and I have a love-hate relationship.
he loves to hate me with a huge push. And so there was one night we were out in Vincenzo. If you're listening to this at all, there was a night he was my savior because it was raining, and so the deck was slippery. And I know Randy was eyeballing the wavelength, and because I think you're going to pop me overboard. Didn't work out. I'm here to tell the tale, right?
Exactly.
So, no, our cruises are a ton of fun. I think we did it. So we did a 6 years of Peters tasting on the cruise.
We did.
And we did a whole vertical.
But he couldn't stand up.
No.
To that.
No,
The
we-
Tasman Sea's like this. It was crazy. We had to
The
close
wine
curtains.
glasses were going like this. So they were doing the spin without our doing it.
Yeah.
We didn't have to spin.
We didn't have to
them.
aerate anything.
No.
They just aerated like
we really
this.
need to invite your wife over to say hello.
Oh, okay. So Robin's done with her previous engagement that she had. Robin, come over. Yolanda is over there too. Come over. Don't make me the only girl.
This is the reason that we have the Mukaida Ranch, because I married into her in 1974.
You guys got married in 74?
Yeah. What, you were 15?
It was 47 years. I am 48 years old today.
Okay.
So cheers. So this is, I got a scoop.
There you go.
There you go.
This is
Yeah.
Robin, Mukaida Peters, and of course Yolanda. You can't go wrong with Yolanda either. So look at these women. You guys see, I always say behind every good man is a great woman.
Yeah.
And look at that. They are again.
Ben and I both have a better half. There is no doubt about it.
They are the half. They
Yeah,
are the better,
yeah.
the better piece of it all.
It's 60%.
60.
That's 60-40, you know what I mean?
75. I just got back from Iowa
So
with Betty.
don't we have a picture of Tom?
You got a picture of Tom?
Oh,
Good.
do we want to talk back about Tom again? You're right.
Well,
Okay,
I
take pictures of
think
Tom.
we need to.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
We'll
so
tie it
this
together.
is
We
this
need
is Australia, New Zealand, the two men. Checks
Okay.
that out.
Mhm.
And these are the pictures I have of Tom. So I've got this one.
There he is, and he's probably, late 80s, early 90s right there.
Still
And-
driving a truck, or then at least riding in the truck on the deliveries.
Oh, yes.
And his grandson would.
And taking the tag back, so
Yeah.
he'd know.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
How about this one? This is him in his Jeep, right?
oh, yeah. No, that's in the Jeep getting ready to go. He worked with us until he was 94. He passed away in December
Like my wife.
of that year, and he worked the harvest in September, October. And so the first day of harvest, we're coming out, and I said, we're going to start around 5 o'clock in the morning. And he said, that's kind of unusual. That's late. I said, yeah, we're going to start then. And so, but actually we started at 11 o'clock. I just didn't want him getting up at 94, to do that. So about 2 o'clock, he comes out. What? You guys already started. You're ready to go. What happened? Well, actually, we decided to start at 11 o'clock. He goes, okay, what time are you starting tomorrow? I said, we're starting at 10:30 tomorrow, have everything set up, ready to go. And needless to say, at 94, he did. He had all the bins out, all the tractors ready at 10:30 at night. But I didn't let him stay out all night. But he'd work till about 2, go home and sleep for a while, and then come back out at 5.
Do you have the bottle one?
I don't have the bottle one, but I don't think he had the bottle in his hand. So one of the favorite stories with Tom is so we've always worked with Peters, and I may be talking out of turn, I don't know, but it's always been Peters Vineyard. We made the Mukaida. We were going to do
Well, we
Mukaida.
didn't know who that guy that was driving the truck. We didn't know who is that guy.
Yeah.
And we found out, Tom Mukaida is actually the owner of the property. So we wanted to do something special for Tom in recognition of the property owner, because Randy was. We met Randy. We just took it for granted that it was Peters Vineyard.
Mm-hmm.
So when we finally realized it was Tom, we wanted to do a little homage to Tom. So we were going to call it Mukaida Block. The printer where we get our bottles printed kind of fouled that up, so it became Mukaida Vineyard. So it's kind
And
of
you scored well.
Yeah,
so you
it's
can't
kind of
change it.
confusing. So it was. Tom was the greatest, and so when I gave him the bottle to look at, and I said that last week, he took the bottle and walked around the winery on the tour, and then when it was time to leave, we asked for the bottle because it was empty, and we were going to fill it in a couple
Give him a
of days.
full one, yeah.
And he was a little bit hard of hearing, so he turned around the other way to look. Robin said, "Come on, Dad, give him the bottle back." And he turned another quarter turn away, not paying any attention, and fully wanting to leave with that bottle. I kept saying, "Tom, when we give you the bottle back next time, it's going to have wine in it. So give me the bottle back so I can put some wine in it." So he finally surrendered it, and not too readily.
Begrudgingly.
Somewhat begrudgingly, and then we had a picture of Tom with he put a hug on that bottle when I gave him the full bottle. So,
And I think
and I think it sat on his
It was on the mantle.
on the mantle, you know, in his house.
which is not the best way to store wine, Dan. Just to be clear.
Well, it was empty then.
Okay, as long
They
as it's
drank the
empty,
wine.
that's a good way to store
I
wine.
think maybe his son-in-law had emptied it.
Oh, there's a good chance. And Randy, you have some 04 Mukaida.
Oh yeah.
And the reason I know that is because I like older wines. Randy does not.
Mhm.
And so he teases me with it a lot and says he has it. But you shouldn't open it. Ben, do you have any 04 Mukaida here at your house?
I probably do somewhere.
Doesn't mean it's for sale, folks.
And we did get Tom to be a wine drinker. His father always liked wine. Robin's grandfather always liked wine, and she drank a lot of Foppiano, or he drank a lot of Foppiano wine. And so Robin's dad became a wine drinker about when he was 60 years old. And so for his last 30 years, he drank wine. We had wine on Sunday. I turned him into the quarter Italian from Japanese.
What was some of his favorite wines besides Pinot, of course?
Pinot Noir.
Oh, good. That was the correct answer.
Yes. Pinot Noir.
Well done. Well done.
Not even close. Yeah.
Not even, no, good. No, the Mukaida, I am lucky I get to drink it because I do these things. So we're going to do these things till the cows come home.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know. The bottle we have in front of us is gone. Normally we would use a pivot or we would use a Coravin, but no need with this group that we have
We're all
going
together.
here today. And we're all together. Isn't that amazing? Everybody can celebrate together. Oh, Ben's trying to find that picture of.
Well, we'll find it some other time. I'd have to go through 39,000.
We'll post it on
Yeah.
Facebook.
There we
we'll
go.
post the picture of Tom proud to hold his bottle because Dan slacked and didn't include it on the. That's okay. I slacked.
So Dan should come over here because
Yeah,
we
Dan,
talk
come
about
over here
Dan
for a
all the
second.
I'm
time.
gonna zoom in on those two guys.
That's
Yeah, I know. That's
There you
Dan's
go.
Dan's. Oh, we should have opened
Oh.
a Magnum. You're right, Julie. Dang it, Julia. This is why we need help. Dan, get over here. Dan in the back office.
Yeah, no, Dan has
Who
to come.
always
He's
gives us. Where's your glass?
So Dan, you're kind of like you're like the roadie. You're the roadie that does all
He's
the
the
work.
roadie.
Yeah, he's a roadie.
So this is Dan. Dan in the
Dan in the
back
back
office
office,
is here.
yeah.
Yes.
He's the one who does all the camera setup and puts up with me.
He
and
missed
puts
that
up with
picture
Ben.
though. We're going to put him back in
And
the
he
office.
missed
I
the
gotta-
picture.
I
So
gotta
yes.
find that picture.
He's going to go
Yeah.
find that picture and post it. Now, you guys, thank you everybody for joining
Yes.
us yet again. Yes, if you get Mukaida wrong, I apologize. If you're UPS My Choice, they told you your shipment's coming. It's not yet. It leaves our warehouse, temperature controlled, in a 55-degree truck to the local hub. Ice packs ready, then it gets delivered. So
Safety
you won't get it for
first.
like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Safety first, especially with the Mukaida,
Mhm.
because I sold also half of the library. So
Well, she'll pay the price for that.
don't tell Ben.
Further,
Don't
some
tell
others.
Renee. Don't tell anybody. But enjoy. Oh, we have to go. Well, anyways,
Do we have time?
we have time for what? Oh,
Well, we
It's your
have.
birthday.
Oh, we have this.
We have all the time in the world.
We have time.
oh, we have all the time in the world. I don't know what. Okay.
There's something happening over there.
There's something happening.
They're getting something
over
out for
here.
Kristen's birthday.
Don't put all the candles in it. We're in a fire watch here.
Yeah,
so
so no
we
candles.
can't do candles.
Okay, we can't do candles.
I didn't want to.
Is that big enough?
I don't know, Karen and Robin, you gotta
You
come over.
have to come over this way.
Happy
Birthday to you.
Happy
birthday, dear Kristen. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you guys. Cheers.
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 Cheers. You guys are clean for real. Cheers.
Cheers.
You guys are cute. Cheers, everybody. Thank you.
Ciao.